Hello, everyone. It's me, Aset, here at the Goddess Inside, and today I want to answer the question: are Sekhmet and Hathor the same goddess or different goddesses? Now, this is something that can be very confusing when you begin to study the Egyptian mysteries or stories, and even if you've been studying them for a while, you find that there is a blending that oftentimes will happen between the different gods and goddesses. This is a normal thing. And so, to answer the question, is Hathor the same as Sekhmet or are they different? It is yes and no. So, no, they are not necessarily the same goddess. And as you begin to develop a relationship with them, connect with them, you're going to notice a difference in the way that they feel, their energy, their vibration, or maybe even you like to use the word their frequency feels a little bit different. So, Hathor and Sekhmet are distinct goddesses. Many times in the temples, you will see Hathor. Sometimes it's interesting, you will see Sekhmet, as themselves. And then there are times where you see there's a carving of Sekhmet, and she's wearing the same symbol that is so sacred to Hathor, which would be the Menet necklace. And so there is that connection. Also, the thing with these two goddesses are they are both known as the Eye of Ra, as well as Tefnut and a couple of other goddesses known as the Eye of Ra. So there is a blending that happens many times within the stories of ancient Egypt. Some of the confusion also with Hathor and Sekhmet comes from the story of the destruction of mankind, where in some translations you will read that the god Ra is upset, the people want to overcome him or overthrow him, and so they say to send out his eye, and his eye being Hathor. And so Hathor goes out and she stirs up, a lot of trouble, taking out the individuals who are after the god Ra. And then when they have to placate her with beer, then she is subdued. And then there's festivals of drunkenness that then celebrate her. And then Sekhmet is also a part of that story, within the Hathor going out and, taking out all of the people. Hathor stays back and she's stirring something and she's walking through the blood of the people. So, and then in other translations, you've got Sekhmet going out, and then after she's placated and drinks all the beer and becomes drunk, then she transforms into Hathor. So that's, I think, where some of the confusion takes place. But the more that you get to know them, to work with them, to say your prayers, your invocations, offerings, think of them, wear things that bring them close to you, like candles for them, those sorts of things. The more that you meditate with them, the more that you will begin to understand their stories, to get to know their personalities and their characteristics, and they will then begin to stand out to you as different individual gods and goddesses. So within the Egyptian pantheon, we also have, that's really fun. I'm going to leave this blooper in there. We also have, this blending of the names of gods and goddesses. So you'll have, Ptah Ra or Amun Ra. You'll have Isis Sekhmet, Isis Hathor. So I think that will be a topic for another time. But for now, I hope that that answers your question about whether or not Hathor and Sekhmet are the same goddess or if they are different goddesses. If you want to study more about these ancient Neteru, you can jump over onto either my email list, where I send out a little note every 2 weeks. But really, if you get to be a part of the Patreon, the Goddess Inside Egyptian Mystery School Patreon, each and every month we focus on one of the different Neteru. Each and every week you receive, like I call them, optional explorations. So it's not homework, but it's ways that you can deepen your spiritual practice, if you already have one, or ways that you can add to a spiritual practice, or if you're building one and you don't know how to start. So you can jump in over there. And we also have a tier where we're working through the ancient texts, and not really working through them, but just like a ancient Egyptian book club. It's a lot of fun. So you can read some of the stories from ancient Egypt and learn about the past. So it's a great place. The Patreon is a great place to learn and grow. And the email list is a great place to come and just stay in touch and see what kinds of things are coming up that you might want to learn and grow and participate in. So, thank you so much for joining me today. It was really wonderful to spend some time with you here and answer your question. And until next time, of course, may you enjoy everything about today.